I'm guessing that you're here to improve your presentation skills. Well, that's great, because I'm here to help you with your voice. Perhaps you're doing a video like this, for instance. You're recording a video, or you're presenting a webinar. You've got a webinar coming up to present. Perhaps you're doing a lot of Zoom calls, which is quite common in this virtual environment that we're in. And, so I can help you sustain, maintain, and improve your voice, to improve the perception that you have either online or on stage. Could be over there, but probably over there. My name is Jimmy Cannon. I'm a singer and voice coach, and I nurture confidence through the power of the voice to deliver your message with presence and authority. So why is it important to develop your voice skills? Well, sometimes the voice is the first thing that people notice about you. And if that's not coming across correctly, then it's going to change the perception that the people have of you. So your message is not going to be communicated. So if you're not engaging properly with the audience, then it could be that you're doing something with your voice that is not marrying with your listener. So that could be that your voice is very quiet, for instance, and it's not just not projecting. It could be that the tone of your voice is monotonal, and it could be just that you're speaking on one pitch all the time, and that can get quite grating to the listener after a while. Or it could be you're speaking from the throat, which is very common, and that sounds like this, sounds very tight and strained. So these are things that can be changed. Only actually a few exercises and a few things, such as changing the dynamics and the tone, the variety of the color and the tone of your voice, can make a huge difference to how you're perceived on camera. So let me give you an example. I had a discovery call with a client recently, and it was straight away that I noticed that his voice was tight, it was strained, and he was quite anxious and quite nervous on the phone. But throughout the conversation, the flow of the conversation, he mellowed a little bit. He relaxed, his voice became much more flexible, and his tone opened up, his resonance deepened, and it just made quite a difference. And it made me really think about how important warming up the voice is before you speak, whatever platform it might be, on the phone, online, before you're going to do something like this. I always spend, I'm a professional singer, and it's sort of taken for granted that my voice, as soon as I get on stage, is going to be fantastic. It's not always fantastic. I'm not sure it's ever been fantastic, but I always have to warm up. So I'll spend quite a long time, a good sort of 15-20 minutes before I sing, doing a few warm-up exercises. And they're mainly vocal exercises, but some of those vocal exercises work really, really well for speech. And I'd like to share one of them with you now, which is the lip trill. And this is really, it's either easy, it's sort of like Marmite. You either get it or you don't get it, and it will take a few days to practice it if you really want to. And anyway, let me show you what it is. So it's pursing your lips, and you're pushing air through the middle, or over your lips, through the middle of your lips, like this. And it sounds a bit like a horse. So here we go again. We're going to take a breath. And I want to see if you can do it, keep that going for as much as you can. This is called, by the way, a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise. And it's using the lips here, and it's taking away the energy from the larynx, which is a really, really good thing. So try going high and then going low, all the way down, all the way up your vocal range. And this is brilliant to warm up, because what it does is it just warms up all the muscles in the larynx, particularly the vocal folds, which are the two bits of skin that create sound, that phonate to make the sound, and they vibrate together when they close. So I won't go into too much of the physiology now. Back to the lip trill. So the lip trill, start low, and all the way up and all the way down. So that's the first thing. That's a really great warm-up exercise. Again, it's a semi-occluded exercise, and it means that the focus of the energy is at the front, and it's extending the acoustic energy through the vocal tract and taking away the stress and the strain from your larynx, which is what you're doing with these exercises. And it's probably what you're doing when you're speaking. So what I try to teach is to explore the different areas of the resonant areas. And one of the questions that I get asked many times is how to project my voice. And it's probably the most effective way to communicate your message is to project the voice. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an exercise now, which will help you to explore one of the resonators that we use when we're teaching, which is, I'll tell you the three resonators. The three resonators are your throat, which is your vocal tract, and that's where most people are speaking from here. The sound comes out of the mouth, but you can also really explore and motivate the second resonator, which is your mouth, the oral cavity around here. So let me show you. That kind of sound. And then the third resonator, or your nasal passages, which is around here. And if you want to speak like that, you know, you can really make a difference. You can really cut through. You know, I kind of sound a little bit like Donald Trump, but he needs to go down the pitch a little bit, and then I can get a little bit more. I'm not a very good impressionist at all, especially with Donald Trump. But you can see the nasal, what we call the mask area, and that gives a different resonance. So the mix of these three resonators gives us this overall balance of tone and color to the voice. So it's really important. So I'm going to give you this exercise. This is number 2. Right, so here we go. I want you to hum actually first. I want you to go, then I want you to put your fingers on your lips, or 2 fingers on your lips like this. I want you to really feel the buzz. And the buzz that you're feeling is your lips, your bilabial resonator here, which is your 2 lips coming together. And I want you to feel the buzz. And when you feel like it, when you feel confident to do it, I just want you to open up the sound into what's called an open vowel sound, like this. Let's do a me. It's all about me. And so I want you to go me, and then an e. So a me, back to an m, and then an r, ma, and then an o, mo, and then an oo, moo, like a cow, moo. Okay, which is more from the throat. Moo. Can you hear the difference? Moo, 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 moo. So the development from projection is to open up the color of your voice, the timbre of your voice. So this is an exercise which uses a method called intoning. And what we're going to do is we're going to sing on one note a phrase. So it might be, you could take an excerpt of your presentation, just a sentence, or you could do the whole thing, and you can sing the whole presentation. So the idea is that the constant breath control for you to sing is going to support the areas again of the resonance, and to find different tones and different colors that you'll do naturally if you're supporting properly and you're keeping the airflow going. So by opening the vowel shapes as you speak, as an exercise, then when you actually speak for real, it will naturally, if you do this properly, if you practice it, it will naturally open those areas of tone. So for instance, if I take a phrase like, it's nearly lunchtime and I'm feeling rather peckish. Okay, so I'll do that again. It's nearly lunchtime and I'm feeling rather peckish. Okay, so I'm going to do that and I'm going to intone it. So I'm going to sing it on one note. It's nearly lunchtime and I'm feeling rather peckish. And keep the sound going. It's very important that just the consonants are changing. The consonants are the only thing that is changing the sound or the delivery of the sound. So it's nearly lunchtime. You can do this on different pitches. It's nearly lunchtime and I'm feeling rather peckish. That's a bit loud. I'll go down a little bit low. It's nearly lunchtime and I'm feeling rather peckish. Now do that a few times and then just say it normally without the singing. And trust me, don't sing when you're doing the presentation, but this will hopefully help. So it's nearly lunchtime and I'm feeling rather peckish. And hopefully there's a bit of a difference there that you can notice, and hopefully when you do it, there's even more of a difference. So the idea again is that the intoning, that just keeping the tone going, throughout the word, throughout the syllables, and keeping the vowels open, that continuous control opens up the tonal variety and the potential of your voice. So just to conclude, I hope that's made a little bit of a difference, even if it was more an awareness of what you can do with your voice and the potential. I've just really touched the surface on what we can do with your voice, and I really hope that you've taken some of that in, and hopefully those exercises have worked for you. They should work straight away. You'll need to, like anything, like an instrument. Your voice is an instrument, and you need to practice that. So all I really want to do is to encourage you to think about the potential that your voice has for better communication, and hope to see you at some point soon. Speak soon.